me who felt betrayed at 15 need better options. I will continue to fight against Planned Parenthood and their organization. Along with my husband, we will continue to raise our 6 kids, almost 7, to know they deserve better from their government, for themselves, for women, for health care, for the unborn. And until then, I will continue to be silent no more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorina. That was such an empowering speech. There is a very strong, undeniable connection between abortion and depression, isolation, and suicide. In fact, women who have had an abortion commit suicide at 3 times the rate of those who have not. Hearing personal accounts of regret and suffering validates and compounds these statistics, sending a powerful message to women who may be considering abortion. Our next speaker was conceived in rape and is going to speak about the sanctity of all human life, regardless of the circumstances surrounding conception. He is currently on the board of directors for Save the One, an organization dedicated to educating people why all preborn children should be protected by law. Please help me welcome Nick D'Angelo.
Strong first name. I like it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nicholas Charles D'Angelo, and life was chosen for me. I was conceived in date rape and lovingly raised by my single mother. While many seek to discredit me because of my background, I hope to conduct myself in an example that every life, regardless of circumstance, deserves protection and respect. I have been called a liar, an abomination, and someone who deserves to be disowned. But these words do not hurt me because I know the truth, and some people are so very, very caught in their lies. A lesson my mother always instilled in me was the protection of the vulnerable and the needy, for she sure as heck knew about that. If we neglect the youngest and most innocent of our society, how can we ever cultivate a truly loving environment? She showed me this with her actions, and she demanded my respect for women and all of mine. As a Christian, the hope I have for this world is beautifully summed up in a prayer by St. Francis. Let us be instruments of peace. Where there is hatred, let us sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. I believe these words can be a reality if we stop turning our eyes from the horrors of this world and defund organizations that support such violence.
Right.
Hey.
I firmly believe that abortion is a symptom of, not a solution to, the historical mistreatment of women. It breaks my heart that people feel that they are trapped with such options that only destroy life. Dividing love can never multiply it. We have taught our men and young boys to use and abuse women for their benefit instead of holding them to the highest example possible. I credit my mother for the example that she created for me and what she holds me to. Many say that the pro-life movement is a bunch of old white guys hoping to control men's bodies. Although I am a white guy, I'm not very old. I think that the diversity shown here today shatters that lie. This is not merely a political, social, or religious issue, although it is those things. This is a human issue. And every human deserves a say, including those who have had their lives taken from them. And because they cannot, we must. In the very least, the recent days' videos have given us compelling evidence to investigate Planned Parenthood. And at most, we now have full awareness, no declaration of ignorance, of a massive, systematic betrayal of women. We encourage the government to redistribute funds to organizations that do not cause violence and do not support abortion. In this way, we can continue fully sponsoring the health of women for the benefit of society without ever denigrating. Let's raise our standards. We deserve it. One last time, my name is Nicholas Charles D'Angelo, and my mother chose life for me.
Thank you, Nick, for sharing that profound message with everyone. Before we present you with our last speaker, Jessica Shanahan, we want people on this side of the street to start signing a petition that we have been writing for Governor Cuomo, and Lynn has that over there, so maybe actually you can start having people over there sign it. All right, and then she can come over here. And in the meantime, we're going to do a few more chants before Jessica begins speaking. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Planned Parenthood has got to go.
Parenthood has got to go. There we go.
Pro-choice, that's a lie. Babies never choose to die. Pro-choice, that's a lie. Babies never choose to die. Pro-choice, that's a lie. Babies never choose to die. Pro-choice, that's a lie. Babies never choose to die. All right. When I say defund, you guys are going to say Planned Parenthood. Defund.
Planned Parenthood.
Defund.
Planned Parenthood.
Defund.
Planned Parenthood.
Defund.
Planned Parenthood.
Defund.
Planned Parenthood.
All right. Every human on this earth, equal value, equal worth.
Every human on this earth, equal value, equal worth. Every human on this earth, equal value, equal worth. Every human on this earth, equal value, equal worth.
Equal rights with no exceptions, science tells us from conception.
Equal rights with no exception, science tells us from conception. Equal rights with no exception, science tells us from conception. Equal rights with no exception, science tells us from conception.
All right, let's do one more. I'm going to say, what do we want? And you guys are going to respond by telling me defund Planned Parenthood. And I'm going to say, when do we want it? And you're going to say now. What do we want?
Defund Planned Parenthood.
When do we want it?
No.
What do we want?
Defund Planned Parenthood.
When do we want it?
No.
What do we want?
Defund Planned Parenthood.
When do we want it?
No.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Stop the baby
All right, so the petition is still coming around. And then in the meantime, I'd like to introduce Jessica Shanahan for you. She is on the board of directors for Feminists Choosing Life Action, and she has tirelessly worked to pass pro-life legislation through billboard and lobbying campaigns. Last but certainly not least, Jessica Shanahan.
Thank you. It is refreshing, yes, refreshing on this very hot and humid afternoon to see so many young people and people of all walks of life here to stand witness against what is going on right next door, probably at this very moment, inside the Planned Parenthood facility. Abortion, the most evil of acts, the wrongest of wrongs. Planned Parenthood has taken no responsibility for the recent videos showing their highest in command discussing the sale of fetal body parts. Cecil Richards is their unapologetic leader, and she says, quote, They're using these highly edited videos, sensationalized videos, to try and impugn and smear the name of Planned Parenthood. What we say to this is that the videos are available in its entirety on the website. No one wants to watch the entire hour and a half. And a third video was released today. So there are now 3 videos, and there are about 9 more to come. And Planned Parenthood doesn't need any help from us in smearing their name. They have done that to themselves. She adds, these activists, these militant anti-abortion activists, do nothing to improve the health and safety of women. And if they had their way, women could no longer come to Planned Parenthood for birth control services, breast cancer screenings, cervical cancer screenings, or any other health care. Well, I called the Rochester Planned Parenthood office on Thursday and had a conversation with the receptionist and inquired about a mammogram. And they told me they could refer me for a mammogram, but they do not do them. They also, I asked if they deliver babies, and they said no, they do not deliver babies either. I said, well, what do you do? They politely responded, they do well visits, terminations, STD, and birth control. Termination, the word they use for abortion. What a kind word for such an awful act. And quite conveniently, they failed to mention their organization sells baby body parts. Congressional investigations have been opened. Nearly 100 members of Congress have signed on to defund Planned Parenthood of their $500 million a year that they get from money from your hardworking tax dollars, from the federal government. Planned Parenthood is supposed to be a nonprofit organization that raked in $327 million profit in 2013. Since they perform about 320,000 abortions a year, that figure loosely translates to $10,000 for every abortion that they do. You see, Planned Parenthood does not empower women. It deceives them at their most difficult and loneliest and darkest moment. Planned Parenthood values convenience over truth and profit over life. Planned Parenthood touts that they do more than any other organization to prevent pregnancy, but they lie. 94% of pregnant women and girls that go into the Planned Parenthood facility have an abortion. For nearly 200 girls that are pregnant that go in, 1 gets referred out for adoption services. This is a sad and sickening reality when there are other choices available. They are betraying the very women that they purport to help. They understand what they are doing. They understand that when they do an abortion, the woman is already pregnant, that human life has been created. That is why the body parts of the babies they have ripped out of the womb are so useful to them, because they are human body parts. They are not the body parts of a guinea pig or a rabbit or a lab rat. They are human body parts. This is the time to be brave. No apologies. Tweet, pin, post, write letters, talk to people about what is going on and why you are standing here today. New videos will be circulated. Our time is now. We have been quiet for much too long. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for that motivating speech. And at this time, I'd like to have Lynn read the petition that we've crafted for Governor Cuomo demanding that New York State launch an investigation into Planned Parenthood. So I'm going to let Lynn do